Silverton and San Juan County on the San Juan Skyway are open for business. You're watching the Local News Network, brought to you by Express Employment Professionals. I'm Wendy Graham-Settle. Southwest Colorado residents heard the now unfamiliar blare of a train whistle last week with the departure of a symbolic essential train to Silverton. The 12 cars attached to the oil-burning 493 engine carried no passengers, but it was a train filled with hope. San Juan County officials had closed the town of Silverton and banned access to all state and federal lands on March 24th to protect the county's 500 full-time residents from the coronavirus. 2 months later, on May 28th, the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge train made a special run from Durango to Silverton to deliver food donations, protective equipment, and other essential items. The train also delivered a pop car and an all-terrain vehicle it had donated to the San Juan County Sheriff's Department and search and rescue teams for backcountry rescues. Perhaps most importantly, it delivered a sense of hope that the tiny mountain town will survive this latest crisis.
This was our F-16 flyover version for our community, for our train, as well as to really celebrate that Silverton is reopening and we are embracing having visitors come into our community in a protective and safe manner during the COVID-19 crisis.
To see one of the industries that's the lifeblood of your tourist industry, actually to see that come into town, to see the train come into town, it gives you hope that maybe not tomorrow, but in maybe a couple weeks or 3 weeks or longer, that the train actually is going to be arriving. That truly is the lifeblood of Silverton and Durango.
The Silverton economy and the train have taken a beating during the last 2 out of 3 years. The town suffered near devastating financial losses during the summer of 2018 when the 416 fire closed U.S. Highway 550 North and the train shut down service for 41 days. On a normal year, when the train carries passengers to Silverton from the first weekend of May to the last weekend of October, the town will see more than 187,000 train riders during the season. Many return to Silverton to spend another day or night in the area. This spring, the San Juan National Forest in La Plata County passed fire restrictions, and now train owner Al Harper says he can't use his coal-fired locomotives to deliver passengers to Silverton. The danger from hot cinders igniting another forest fire is too great, he said. Although Harper invested $6 million to build 2 diesel engines strong enough to pull the train up the long incline to Silverton, the contractors are more than 18 months behind on delivery. And while the railroad used a converted engine that burns oil to run the essential train service on May 28th, Harper says he's reluctant to begin full-time runs to Silverton without a backup engine.
It's almost a triple whammy. You know, we had the problem from a couple years ago with fires, and now the coronavirus, and now we're in a stage 2 fire production, which means I have 1 engine right now qualified to go to Silverton. And I can't take the risk of having that engine break down somewhere and not having a backup.
Right.
So the Silverton trips are going to be really difficult this year.
In the meantime, Harper recently purchased 2 diesel engines from the White Pass Yukon Narrow Gauge Railroad in Skagway, Alaska, and he hopes to have delivery by mid-June. Finally, Harper has one more hurdle to jump. State of Colorado health regulations limit passengers to 50% of his train's capacity. But Harper says he needs to fill trains to 75% capacity to break even. Otherwise, he can't afford to run the half-empty trains this summer. The La Plata County Commissioners were expected on June 2nd to approve a variance request to the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment that would allow the train to run at 75% capacity. San Juan County has endorsed the variance request. La Plata County also must obtain approval from the Southern Ute Indian Tribe and other jurisdictions before it submits its final request to the State Health Department. If and when the railroad resumes service to Silverton this summer, Harper said it has adopted strict health measures to protect passengers and train employees. Passengers purchasing tickets will be asked to wear a mask and practice 6-foot social distancing at the depot. Passengers also must wear masks and submit to a temperature scan before they're allowed to board. Despite all the uncertainty, Harper said interest in the train remains strong. Railroad staff are fielding more than 100 calls and are booking more than 100 reservations a day for August and September.
We're going to take and turn hope into reality. If we work together, we're going to figure out some way that we can start running rail service back to Silverton. And we want people to know that the railroad and the Silverton community are one. We're solid together. So we've just got to work hard and figure out how we get through the crisis. And this year will be tough, but next year's going to be better.
To learn more about the train's schedule, visit durangotrain.com. To learn about open businesses in Silverton, visit silvertoncolorado.com. Thanks for watching the Local News Network. I'm Wendy Graham Settle.